or something. We're live in living color. Welcome to Chatted Up Sports. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning for all of you out there. Thank you for tuning in. Boys, we have a new member of the Chatted Up family. Let's give 3 claps one time for Miss Philomena Tolley.
Yeah.
God, that feels good. We are so happy for our boy, Garrett Tolley and Bliss Tolley. Little girl was born, first of the 2 that are on their way. Man, it was the fastest labor ever.
It really was.
An hour and a half.
My gosh.
That's crazy.
That is
Doesn't
insane.
make any sense. They called us like 12:30, and then at 3:30 he sends us that text. I was like, wait, what? Like, is that even legal?
Talk about a hurry-up offense.
Yeah.
Dude,
2-minute offense.
Too much Tennessee football. Hey, now.
So I got the game.
That is a Vol fan right out the womb.
That it is. God, we'll get into that here in a little bit. We got Core 4 to talk about. A lot of Tennessee football. A lot of Titans
Yeah, we can certainly talk about Titans.
show. Malik Willis. Dadgummit. Mickey, I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. I went to bed at halftime, and I felt pretty good about the Atlanta Falcons.
I didn't. I knew what time it was. But, I wanted to see him fight. And we'll talk about it. But
Yeah. Joseph, good bye week for you.
I mean,
Gearing up for
yeah. The bye week lasted about half a quarter.
Yeah.
And they were just like, next weekend, Georgia, Bama. And I'm like, okay, all right. And there's the anxiety. And now I'm stressed.
it's the most premier game possible. We'll make a quick announcement first because on September 27th, boys, we get the opportunity to help with the corporate challenge even more so. This has been one of those momentum is a hell of a drug type of situations. We have started this pod in February. After a night out with the boys, we hopped on a live show right after the Super Bowl, and it has led us to meet some of the coolest people in this city and beyond. And one of those cool people is actually a large group called 980. And 980 has helped us along and just mentioned us out of the blue. Well, I shouldn't say that, thanks to young Malcolm Harris. That connection was made. But it has allowed us to set new sails. And we are going to be now helping as the liaisons of Chattanooga, I guess we'll call it. We don't have technical names yet, but we will be your corporate challenge liaisons here in Chattanooga. We are so, so grateful for these people because 980 is a company that we didn't even know about until this had came along and Malcolm had told us about it. But we have ventures on the horizon that just keep sailing forward. It is one of those things that we got a long ways to go on this dream, but hot damn is it on the rise, man. And it's thanks to those wonderful people from Caleb to Summer, especially Summer. Man, she's been a freaking gem. And I'll tell you what, Michael Eady's been somebody that has believed in us. We don't exactly even know why, man.
Nope.
Don't know why.
It is just
Well, we appreciate it.
We really appreciate it, man. It has been a journey that is going to be a lot of fun ahead. They are doing amazing things, and they're doing amazing things for this city. And we're just going to keep going on the up and up with it. And we're going to thank you guys. So if you do want to join the corporate challenge, you reach out to us, chattedupsports@gmail.com, or you can reach out to any of us on LinkedIn or Instagram. But we want to help you guys get in because it's one of the coolest events possible, and we're going to make it even better this year. It's going to be like college game day come June, baby. It's going to be college game day come June, and we're going to just help you guys pull hammies and do a bunch of dumb stuff and have some fun with your friends and family and coworkers, and we're going to be just incredibly grateful for that. So September 27th, you can start signing up, but reach out to us, reach out to 980, and we're going to do this thing big, boys. Big.
We sure are. And you mentioned it a lot last year, Chase, after the event last year, and it was the amount of FOMO that you heard from a lot of these people, a lot of these companies that you know around Chattanooga. So get in. I mean, shoot. The FOMO doesn't have to be real. You can get into the corporate challenge this year. Like Chase said, get through us, and we'll hook you up, and we'll get you going with the corporate challenge that comes up in June. But is there anything else you want to add to that?
That was it, man. It's just one of those things. It's cool to have somebody believe in you that
It
you
is.
didn't even really know that well. And we went down to Birmingham. We got to play some golf. Well, we golfed around.
One of us golfed, and
Yeah.
then the other two, well, two of
Business
us golfed.
development.
Business development.
Business development.
Content kings.
Yeah, no, and we talked about that. I think it was super helpful to have you guys there, just like doing content and schmoozing and talking and just hanging out with the other guys.
Yeah, they're great, man.
Yeah.
They're great.
It was fun.
Beautiful
That was
place.
a great trip. I wish Joseph was there. That would have been fantastic.
Would have been a good time.
It would have been great.
I would have also contributed to the non-golf factor. 'Cause I am it's a miracle I can swing a golf club, but I can contribute to fun.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all we need, baby.
Contribution to
Contribute
fun.
to the fun.
Fun guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
We're gonna learn how to golf though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have to in
y'all need to.
2025.
We're
Y'all
going
need
to.
2025. That's
Goals.
yeah, done.
I got a power stroller that we can take with us.
Yeah.
We're in, baby.
No,
We're
I don't,
in.
I don't know if they're gonna have the cheeseburgers and
No,
nice accommodations.
no,
We'll
we're out
figure
on
it
that.
out.
We're out on that. Y'all want to start with Oklahoma, Tennessee, because boys had bad vibes football wise. It made no sense to pick Oklahoma, but I did it because I'm a battered Tennessee fan, but I am no longer.
Did it for the better of the group.
You did-
Everybody was on Tennessee, and Chase said, I'm going to take an L for the team. I've already got enough wins under my belt. I've got a comfortable lead, although G sneaking up on the rearview mirror. And Tennessee ended up winning. I think you would trade one L for a Tennessee win.
I sure would. And now, if I would have picked that game, they might have lost that.
100%.
There's no way.
Yeah.
I'll
There's
be the
no way.
rationale. I'll be the rationale in the room. There's no way.
Jackson Arnold sucks, dude.
Dude,
It's not very
uh,
good.
College footballists.
Man, this is why quarterback evaluations are so there's everything. Because looking at these kids, looking at Jackson Arnold, you let Dylan Gabriel walk. I'm not saying Oklahoma wins this game with Dylan Gabriel. I still don't think they do. But, I mean, you look competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that game to me felt worse than the actual score. It felt like Heupel sat on it.
Oh, he
and it
did.
was
He was
like-
definitely
yeah.
conservative. And that's
100
all he needed to do to win that game. Though.
Yeah,
He knew it.
Exactly. It felt like, hey, like we've got enough points. Our defense can win this game. Let's not put any pressure on Nico. Let's not go out here and risk, messing with his confidence at all. He's played great so far. He's had some instances where he's, young guy on the road, but that happens. Let's just get out of here with a win. I also think, I know it's, the whole Heupel and Oklahoma story. I also think a small part of him was like, I don't really want to bury these guys the way a lot of people think I might want to.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I understand if you don't, but
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to.
He couldn't because there was so much going on with the offensive line. I felt like in that game, and that was I think allowed him to be more conservative. I think he obviously has a lot of respect for Oklahoma. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
you make a good point there. But if this game had gone a different way, I mean, we're talking about a man who kicked an onside kick in the first quarter of 30 points.
Against Kent State.
Yes.
Silent kill.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
That's
I don't
brutal.
think he has a problem like running up the score or whatnot, but yeah, I get where you're coming from, but I think it was very strategic the way that he did it in that game on
I can see
Saturday.
that.
Yeah,
Well,
you're down some offensive linemen. Campbell went out early in the game for most of that game. You're already down Lance Hurd. You're a 19-3 lead at halftime. You sit on it. Your defense is dominating.
They can't move the ball.
They finally, an opponent finally scored an offensive touchdown against them in the fourth quarter for the first time since November 25th of last year. So, I mean, they were dominant. They did what they needed to do to win. And some people might be a little upset that they got a little conservative there, running for it. I think they ran. I saw a crazy stat where they ended up running 52 of 73 plays, including third downs needing 7 and 14 yards in the second half. You're going to run the football.
Yeah.
That's just a lack of trust in your offensive line that was bad, beaten up a little bit.
I think it was a lack of trust in the offensive line, but also those field conditions were the worst I've ever seen.
I beg to differ on that one.
Where have
it
you
was
seen worse?
That Philly Packers game out in Brazil was
bad.
pretty damn
That's
bad.
true.
I mean,
Soccer stadium.
Yeah.
it's up there.
The worst for a football stadium. Can we
Yeah.
say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It
I had to
just-
get behind that.
It just was not good, and I think that he was protecting his football team. It's like, hey, I know they're not going to score, but like I'm not going to let somebody have like a tweaked. You saw the injury in the first quarter. Like nobody is trying to lose a starter, and
Or an ACL.
yeah. So I think that it was a good game. I think Josh definitely led up the gas though. He
Well, yeah,
could have
for sure.
buried them, but I think he did it because of caution and safety because he knows this October run that we're about to go on.
Yeah, it is. It was a pedal released, I guess, because I think the Oklahoma defense was pretty good, and they
It
came
is.
to hit.
They were
They-
yeah.
They came to hit that day. Both teams I mean, clearly there was one. There's that one hit on the sideline that was just that's
Boo Carter.
SEC football.
Boo
Yeah,
Carter, baby.
Boo
Chattanooga's
Carter.
finest.
What an angle.
Damn.
Clean hit too. That's the thing is like,
Yep.
and everybody came to hit. They really kind of eliminated Stutzman, but for what he is, they took him away, and that's big. But you don't want to keep testing that bear. So I think with them, you had it in hand. Freaking Peely played the game of his life again. That guy. We have two Polynesian boys running this team, and that's an awesome feeling.
An offensive
I have
defense.
always wanted that as a fan. I watched remember those old Utah teams. I feel like they always had that one massive defensive lineman, or USC had Troy Polamalu. I was like, I want one of those. We have him. We have him in Peely, baby, and I was so stoked to watch him just destroy Jackson Arnold. He just knew like the timing of his rush. There was the one they did which I hate when teams do this, but they get this as Oklahoma, is the opposite arm rollout. And it's like you're trying to run those drag routes and you're still throwing a cross body. And I'm like, this is so stupid. But they do it. And they ran it twice. And, man, he just chugged him down and knew right where to get him. And Peely just made an impact so hardcore on Saturday night. And, man, I just couldn't believe how well they played. And these was from Bill Martin. Tim Banks' defense, total defense, 176 yards a game, first in FBS. Rush defense, 50.8 yards per game, second. Third down percentage, 17% conversion rate. 4 straight games under 75 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns allowed in the last 20 quarters, 1 pass play of 30-plus yards allowed all year. I get your competition, but this was the team that, myself included, thought they could at least attack our secondary. Well, that secondary is for real. I think at least enough where your front can take over a game and you just have to play really well. And I know Bowman had a good game and they had all the stats out there where he was just like a lockdown guy. It was like PFF's #1 secondary player this week. And, dude, I was astonished by this defense. And I don't think Jackson Arnold was very good, but I think we made him look terrible.
Real bad.
Terrible, boys.
But in the same token, you're talking about Michael Hawkins. He looked pretty darn good. He was able to move the football for Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's fast.
He is certainly fast.
Fast boy.
Yeah.
Did y'all have anything like worrisome about the game? Because the turnovers, if they would have had a better offense, did that worry you at all, or was that kind of more of a?
Here's my thing. The turnovers. Yeah, a little bit worrisome, but again, the offensive line was what it was, and Nico kind of got pressured a little bit, didn't really have too much time, and not putting a whole lot on him there. It was incredible what you talked about with the defense of literally twice they turned the football over to Oklahoma, and then on the very next play, they get a turnover themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you're able to grab that momentum. Norman never really got an opportunity to get electric, and that was huge that the defense was able to do that, stymie the momentum. But the thing that was really worrisome about me, and we talked about this on Thursday, boys, is where's James Pierce? Can I put it on APB? Like, I hear all these other names along the defensive line, but I don't hear James Pierce. I don't see James Pierce. I saw him make like a half of a tackle. And I saw him get close a couple of times on a speed rush, but he didn't ever get there and like really dominate the way that we thought he would. So to me, that's sort of what's worrisome. Like, I'm still waiting. It's 3 games in, and I'm still 4 games, right? 4 games?
4 games.
I'm
4 games.
worried. We haven't seen him really yet.
I haven't seen him, but I do think he's getting a lot of attention, though. Like, he's getting doubled quite a bit. So I think a lot of last year was one-on-ones. You see Joseph's getting more, single matchups. You see Aaron Carter getting more single matchups. So I think it's almost like the Travis Kelce effect. It's like Travis is getting doubled in games, but you see Rashee Rice and you see what's my man? #1.
Juju.
No.
For who?
Xavier Worthy.
Worthy, yeah.
Worthy.
They're all getting one-on-one
And
matchups
Juju
because
had a touchdown against y'all last night.
that's crazy.
I didn't even know this on that team again.
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's wild. His knee just doesn't work unless he's in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he looks like he's back at USC.
That barbecue, brother.
Yeah, something
barbecue,
does it.
that's
Something
good,
does it to
something.
him.
Lubes him up, you know?
No, man, it's crazy. But no, this Tennessee team, sitting here now 4-0. You can now sit comfortably knowing that you're going to be a top 4 team headed into Arkansas next week because either Georgia and or Alabama is going to take their first loss. Yeah, I want them. I want them to lose. I want them both to lose.
I know.
Yeah, Georgia or Alabama is going to take their first loss. So as a Tennessee fan, you feel great. I say my one, just overall thing is, I love what you said about James Pierce. I still want to see the offense just pop. I feel like it hasn't yet. Like it has, but it hasn't.
Like sporadic.
Like it's very it's still booting up. You know?
Yeah, because like with NC State, you still have the 2 picks.
Yeah, it wasn't a clean game at all, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I think that might be the scariest part. Is Heupel's post-game speech went super viral. Yeah, it was amazing. But he's even mentioned, he's like, that wasn't our best game, and you could just tell the team atmosphere, like, yeah, they're just like, that was definitely not our best game. We didn't have to play our best game. NC State was weird to me because it was dominant fashion. We ran all over them. But like you mentioned, it wasn't perfect.
No.
And I think you're going to have to play perfect against them dogs out there.
We'll see, man. I don't know. I mean, your
offensively, I think you will.
Your season is 2 games now. I mean, honestly.
Georgia and Alabama.
Georgia and Alabama. You get one of them at home. You get one of them on the road. Oklahoma's defense played so well. But I think part of that is that how much time they spent preparing for Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And I think you kind of saw that a little bit in the Houston and Tulane game from Oklahoma. It's just how much emphasis they had put on Tennessee. They kind of let's just squeak through these games. Big game next week. The offense just didn't show up. But the defense did. The defense was there to play. So I'm curious how, because you're going to play that level. You're going to play probably that level of a front 7 or better when you play Bama and Georgia. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious how Nico handles that. And because I think a good sign is that in those 2 turnovers, I know you said you got him right back, which does help, but I don't think his confidence ever got really rattled. Like seeing him on the sideline, seeing him with the coaches, with players after things like that, he looked like he was like, it happened. Next play mentality, which is huge for a young guy, especially on the road. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing you get Bama at home this year. Obviously, it's kind of hard to speculate because that Georgia game's so late in the year. These teams are going to be, I don't want to say different, but they're going to be better.
Yeah.
But both teams are going to be better that late in the year. So it's hard to speculate right now what that game's going to look like just because you're going to improve.
Basically what Joseph is saying is it doesn't matter whether we play you in Knoxville or between the hedges, we're going to beat you. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say that.
I'm reading between the lines.
If you don't bring your A game, you won't.
You're reading between the hedges.
Hey.
Come on, man.
You're so proud of each other.
Slick.
Yeah, because I really thought Danny Stutzel was going to be the best guy we played all year.
Didn't really hear him.
3 tackles.
Much of an impact.
I think he had 3 tackles.
Yeah. We talked about how incredible he's a tackling machine he is.
Heupel's spacing, and I was listening to a lot of these guys, the Klatz and all these other guys break it down this week, and it's just, I guess, game planning for it. You know it. You see the space. We're touching sideline to sideline. Yeah. And even in your trips formation, it's an extra 2 or 3 yards out. It just gets you in these weird spots and makes your secondary have to cover so much. And that's why that one shot, the one shot we had to Thornton, was so perfect because it had to be that throw. And that just sucked the life out of them because they've been playing really well up to that point. And then they just did a good job game planning against him. I thought Stutzman was just kind of, like I said, not eliminated, but taken away from. You just avoid it. It's a different world. There's no TJ Watt where no matter where you go, he's always there kind of guy. Yeah. I think Stutzman you can get away from him a little bit this week, and our offense just moves at a different. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a different pace, of course, but just the spacing alone just takes you away from what you're used to, and you're like, what the heck am I even doing here? I've never seen this. You just don't see it unless you are playing an Ole Miss or us. Mm-hmm. And it just depends. There's going to be guys on Georgia that can cover you one-on-one, and that's what they do a good job of.
Yeah. Well, I think that at this point, and it's the reason I'm saying it's hard to speculate is because at this point, the strength of Georgia's defense is probably their secondary because
Mhm.
they're kind of thin on the D line. You know, they're speculating that they'll get some guys back for the Bama game, but
See, like that would scare me if I was a Georgia fan, because right now the strength of Tennessee is really running their football.
they want to run the football.
Exactly. They don't want to have to throw it with Nico. They want to, like you said, Chase. They want to space you out, and they want to take those shots, those calculated shots. Once you got you kind of pulling up a little bit to help maybe stop the run, we're gonna hit you deep. And they were able to hit that, and that's I think the difference between this year and last year. But Joe couldn't really hit those shots last year.
No.
Hendon was able to hit those shots with Jalen Hyatt a couple years ago, but and they talked about how deep that wide receiving core is, and they're able to utilize them from time to time. It's not as much, I think, as a lot of us would like, because it's sexy to throw the football deep, and you want to complete deep passes, and you want to stretch the field and stretch the defense, but you got to run Dylan Sampson out there 26, 28, 20, 30 times, which is fine, because, and I'll give you your flowers, man, he's really good.
What'd you say?
He's really good.
My,
I never said
my
he wasn't
headphones
good.
are shorting
but
out. What did you say?
He is. Dylan Sampson is legit.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
He's
I
been the
never thought he
best-
wasn't legit,
But
but
he's been the best running back on the roster. This has been
this
there.
year he is. He wasn't last year,
He
but this year he
absolutely
is. For sure.
was. Absolutely
I
was.
love Jalen Wright. I'll never get off that bandwagon.
It's okay. It's all right.
But Dylan Sampson is legit.
Thank you, man.
Again, I never said he wasn't. I
No,
know he was
You've
good.
shown love.
Yeah, I know he's good. I just
But
have
he's-
an affinity for Jalen.
But he's
Wright.
that dude now.
He is
Yeah.
certainly that dude. 10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns.
Woo.
Speaking of one of your dudes,
Yeah.
where's Squirrel White?
You know, that's crazy because I was going to ask you the exact same question.
Oh,
Like verbatim. I was going to ask, where is Squirrel White?
It
That
could
is
be-
my biggest concern. I was thinking about you, Greg, because you said yours. Bro, I haven't seen Squirrel. Like, probably since, and I'll be honest, what was that catch? It was was it Mizzou last year? You remember when he caught like a 70-yard pass from Joe Milton and it just sat in the air forever?
let's go see.
I don't
I
remember.
thought
It
that
was
was the Bama game,
no
like opening the game.
it
He
was
caught a
Bama. That he was great. I just thought Squirrel would really be like our Jalen Waddle, like at Bama. Like I thought he would be like a Henry Ruggs. Like
Yeah.
here's a quick little 150 off of 4 catches, and it just we haven't seen it
Mm-mm.
at all.
Now, I hope he does do what he did last year and shows up in big games, because the Bama game, 10 for 111. No, Vanderbilt. 10 for 110. You got the longest one he caught was the UConn game.
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's
Go
an
Huskies.
FCS school at this point. 2 for 94.
They're a basketball
only in
school.
football. Only in football.
Only in football.
Only in
Basketball school.
Basketball's a different story.
Basketball school.
Much different.
Yeah, South Carolina 9 for 104. But to this point, it's like last year he was at least making big catches, and maybe that was just a Joe Milton connection. It's like some guys just have that chemistry, then you just knew it was coming. You just couldn't
Yeah.
stop it back then. But I don't know. Maybe he and Nico just don't have that yet, because Brew and Thornton are now catching the football. So it's kind of one of those deals where, hey, you've always got the solid go-to guy in Brew. Thornton really struggled last year. Let's get him the football because that guy real fast.
He's on it.
Dog. And he's bigger than I thought he was, too.
Me too.
He got a little thicker over the offseason.
He's
Got
every
faster,
bit of
too.
6'4".
That
He's
boy's
every bit
big.
of 6'4".
And when he made that catch, I was like, I'm glad we got you. still, bud.
Fingertips.
Not just against UTC. Not just against poor Kent State. Just taking beatdowns every week, boys. Just taking
Oh
beatdowns.
man, they got smoked by Penn State. this past
Yeah,
weekend.
it's so sad
My
at this point.
gosh, that's
But I just wondered. I was like, man,
lot of money.
if you add Squirrel White to this mix, this gets real scary. Because
Well-
Bishop played a great game on the ground the other night too.
yeah.
so-
So it's basically like Squirrel White is the James Pierce of the offense. It's like, where are these two guys that were supposed to be so prevalent on each side of the ball, and they just really haven't shown up all that much this year yet.
Stash him away, right?
Yeah,
That's a great
they'll
take.
show up. They'll show up in big moments. You have to have faith that they will.
They will. Squirrel's another one that he is going to be probably just a 1, maybe 2 game guy this year. I think Nico's got his 2 boys. I think he's got Thornton and Brew, and then what we're doing on the ground just is to a whole new level. And that's, again, part of that spacing is you don't have corners blitzing because you're 65 yards away at this point. So how are you going to bring anybody? Speaking of running the football, Michigan can do one thing and one thing only. And they ran the football.
They sure did.
and USC couldn't stop it.
Dude,
What happened, Joseph?
why haven't you been playing this way all season? Why? Why is Michigan the way Michigan played Saturday was the way they should have played every game? It makes me really want to. I want to know what I saw in practice from Davis Warren. What did you see? How? Like, this is your identity this year. It just worked against USC. I'm not saying you would have beat Texas. I still don't think you would have beat Texas.
Nope.
I just there's too much firepower. But this is how Michigan has to win football games. Drag somebody down in the mud and just bully ball. Bully ball, bully ball, bully ball. Limit possessions, run the ball, make them quit. But I will say, in a losing effort, I was still impressed with USC. Because this style of game was last year one that they just fold.
Yep.
They fold. And then it's just like 41-7. And you just got run all over.
It's
But
like,
no,
how
they
did that
didn't.
happen? We have Caleb Williams. How,
Yeah.
how are we losing games by 35 plus points? But I will say, the offensive line is tough for USC. Miller Moss was taking a beating.
Dude, it was.
Whoa.
And that's one of those things. It's like you're in a different conference now.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to play these big boys.
Yeah,
And
like
you're
they
gonna
played
have to-
LSU and he took a little bit of a beating. He
Yep.
was running around a lot. That defensive line, say what you want about Michigan and their offense, but that defensive line will still get after your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they did. And I give, like you said, you give a lot of credit to their defense. I give a lot of credit to Miller Moss for standing in there, still going 280 plus and 3 touchdowns and an interception.
It's not just credit to Miller. It's credit to Lincoln Riley and what he talked about in the offseason with changing the culture, changing how we practice, changing what USC football is fundamentally. And he's starting to. This is not – Miller Moss is probably, and I say this lightly, probably the worst quarterback that Lincoln Riley's had,
Least talented.
arguably. Least talented.
Least talented, yes.
Which
Yeah.
doesn't mean he's bad. By
Maybe
no
the
means am I
toughest,
saying
though.
yeah, dude. That boy took some
He
hits and
shots.
got up and kept going.
I might be my
So-
favorite quarterback in the country.
Dude, it speaks volumes for what USC's trying to accomplish and what they probably will accomplish now that they've decided we want to play football the Big Ten way.
Which is something I never thought we would say.
Never thought I'd say that. Never thought I'd say that.
It is weird. It's very strange to watch like this 27-24 battle, and I actually thought USC would have a chance to get this.
Yeah.
I really did, and
I
and
mean,
we
they-
knew, like, you knew Michigan was going to come out. The line was moving weird. You're just like, something smells fishy. You don't come out and get your ass whipped again in the big house.
At home.
Not again, dude. And I told you guys I was a big believer in USC. There is still a path where they can make it. There is a path that they can still make it. You got Penn State, and you can kind of use that almost as an elimination game.
Mhm.
So I think they're going to want 4 Big 10 teams in, Big 27. But it is to a point now where Michigan's not going to look like a bad loss. Like, that's not a bad loss. Like, after Texas, everybody's like, hey,
Yeah.
these guys. And Alex Orji just couldn't win the job. But like you said, just run the football, throw it 12 times. Good luck stopping us.
This is what you are. This is like what you watched this year for Michigan. That's what you are.
Ugly.
I mean, but that's how you're going to win football games.
7 of 12 for 32 yards. In this day and age, in 2024, are you kidding me?
I mean, they did
Yeah.
it last year against Penn
God.
State.
I
22
hate
straight
that
runs
brand of
in the second-
football. This is why I hate Michigan.
I mean, they
hate
did it
Michigan.
last year with a better quarterback, better
I hate
receiver.
Michigan.
Like,
Sorry, Stacy, if you're watching this, big Michigan fan, one of my best friends, but I hate Michigan.
But last year I feel like you at least got 1 or 2 big shots with JJ.
yeah, you had the potential for that. Like,
Yeah.
you had the opportunity to do that. You don't have that capability this year. Like, you're glorified running some kind of like shotgun option offense. You know what you're doing? You're running what Georgia Tech's doing with Haynes King. That's what you are.
That's basically
You
it.
are
Yeah.
with a better defense and better players.
Can
You
we
are
talk-
what Georgia Tech's doing with Haynes King.
Can we talk about Donovan Edwards and how he's kind of average this year?
Mulligan's had a nice game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Mully's there.
I mean,
He didn't have to be. He didn't have to be spectacular. They're like, oh, we got this other guy who can run that spin move. That was the patented
oh my God.
USC can't tackle moment,
Yeah.
and that took you totally out of that game. You're like,
Yeah, that was tough.
"Oh,
That was
crap."
the turning point. They could have won that game if they were able to tackle and make that stop.
That was USC reverting. That
Yeah.
one time.
Yes.
It was one play. But I mean, they just started doing this, man. Like, USC's
They just started
they
tackling.
just started doing
They
it.
just
Like
started
it's
tackling.
still a new concept to them. So give
I
them a
feel
little bit.
Are we pee-wee
Great.
dads here
Like-
talking about them? It's like,
like-
hey, they just started tackling, brother. Give him,
His
give him a
form,
chance.
like
Little 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
6 out of 10
Pee-wee
times, his
football.
form's great. But those other 4, you know what? He's learning.
He's learning.
So
We just stopped pulling
We're
flags.
gonna
last
tackle a
year.
dummy out in the back. We're gonna get the dummy out in the backyard when he gets home, boy. We're gonna make sure he gets that hit.
It's so perfect. We'll revert back to you. I know you got a question at the end about the core 4 games, but Utah, Oklahoma State, boys, not a thriller,
oh,
not a thriller Manila type game.
Go Utes!
Go Utes, baby.
dude.
Y'all.
No rising, no problem.
Can I just? I'm so like okay.
You picked the Utes, did you not?
I did. No,
Yeah.
I did. I picked Utah, but at the beginning of the year, I picked Oklahoma State, and boy, like they're
Doesn't
just,
look great, Bob.
they're just bad, man. I don't like Ollie Gordon, that offensive line, Alan Bowman. What happened? You
I don't
did
know.
you just forget how to run the football? Did you just? I mean, they should be 2-2.
Yeah.
Like they didn't beat Arkansas. Arkansas gave them that game. I'm so disappointed, man. I was expecting a huge season from Ollie Gordon. Like I thought Oklahoma was going to do what Michigan kind of did last year, and they just run the ball, and they just can't.
Yeah, and you're like, Bowman can give me at least 2 or 3 good shots.
Yeah, dude. Like, convert a 3rd and 12 randomly. Like just on occasion. But now it's like, you just. I'm so disappointed, man.
It was a great game plan by Kyle Whittingham.
Yeah, dude.
Without
it
a
was
starting
a
quarterback.
seasoned veteran. I've been at Utah for 1,000 years. This is how we're gonna play. Cam wasn't here all last year. Oh, I know what to do. We'll just toss the freshman out there. We'll play defense. We're gonna run the ball.
Exactly.
Like,
And he made a couple of plays.
yeah,
Wilson made a couple of plays.
he did what I thought Alan Bowman would do: make a play when you have to.
Yeah.
Just when you have to. And nope.
Nope.
So, Utah and Kyle Whittingham. If they ever get Cam Rising back, I don't know.
Who knows?
We don't even know. I don't even know if Cam Rising actually is a person. Maybe he graduated last year. And
Yeah, they're just like, we're just kidding.
yeah. This guy doesn't actually exist.
He
He
just
doesn't
wants to
even
go to
go
school.
here.
He's
Yeah.
just
He just going to school.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm a psych major.
Yeah.
Sociology.
Yeah. Joke's on you. We're actually the University of Cam Rising. We changed our name. Just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Where'd Ollie Gordon go, Malcolm?
Bro, I don't even have an answer. It's just like, I don't know. It's frustrating because I thought he was going to be like a Heisman Trophy finalist.
Me too.
Like I was all chips on the table. He's going to be in New York.
All chips on the table.
He did feel like the kind of guy where, like, kind of like how Genty does feel in Boise State right now. You're like, he can do the AP
Yeah.
1 year. He can dominate as a running back kind of
Yeah.
team. Like, I've still got Mike Gundy. Why does it feel like when we give Mike Gundy high expectations, he sucks?
Because I don't think he's good under pressure. I really don't. But it's fine. I mean, the Big 12 is still going to have a Heisman Trophy winner, so it's okay.
I mean, listen. There's 2 realms. Okay, there's 2 realms of Heisman. There's who should actually win it, the Ndamukong Suh types, and then there's who actually has a chance to win it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you, dude. Travis Hunter's the best player in the country.
In
Best player in the
America.
country.
In America.
He won't win the
fellas.
Heisman because Cam Ward exists.
Oh, my God.
They've got a tough train next week, brother.
And I mean,
Choo choo.
did y'all watch Miami, South Florida?
That was smooth.
Thanks, bro.
That was smooth.
Yeah, they tore up South Florida, who I thought honestly would cover.
Cam looks bored.
Yeah.
He looks bored.
He's
though.
calling out the plays.
Yeah.
He's calling out, and I'm sure his coach, Cristobal, is going to get on him like, hey, we don't do that. But he's really like, hey, B gap.
We're going here. There you go.
Going right
You
there.
know how
Ball's going
disrespectful
right
that
here to
is?
talk.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Cam Newton play where he's like, "Oh, you watch film? All right, watch this." Like,
It's that wheel route.
he looks bored, man. And this is where my frustrations with the Heisman come in because I will 100% Travis Hunter, best player in the game.
Yeah.
He's best player this year.
No,
But
no doubt
he
about
just won't. He won't have because a lot of Heisman voters only look at numbers, and they're going to look at Cam Rising or Cam Ward's numbers.
And they like to look at quarterbacks more specifically
yeah,
too.
it's become a quarterback running back award.
It's
And
like,
then
it's like the
occasionally-
MVP in the NFL.
Yo, we got to do the right thing. I mean, quickly. Did y'all watch the Colorado game?
I
stayed up.
literally tuned. So I opened the game on the Hail Mary. Because
Perfect timing.
dude, I was like,
Perfect time.
I mean, bye, Dave Aranda. See ya. That sign sealed.
I really did want
gone.
that for GT.
I
I'm
did
not gonna lie
too.
to you.
Dude,
I'm
I
not gonna
did
lie
too.
to you.
I picked Baylor. I was like, I mean, I do in the CBS Sports picks. I do the whole thing, but I picked Baylor. I was like, and I think they're gonna get this one because I think Dave Aranda has to have it. And then it's one thing to lose, man, but to lose on a Hail Mary, and then overtime
To those guys, let's be honest.
to
To those guys.
to prime time.
And it was twice. It wasn't just once, because the first time the Hail Mary was dropped
Yeah,
at the 1
yeah.
yard line. So for Shador to go off of his back foot, throw it up in the rain. Oh my gosh.
It's poetic.
Nobody else makes that catch.
No.
There's like three guys, but Trav, to not even be nowhere near the biggest stud like looking athlete out there, just unbelievable ball skills, unbelievable.
And he had the game-sealing fumble.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. I just think we need to do the right thing. But they're going to have a nice little 3-game stretch because the Gus Bus, they got to go see.
U C F. There's your Big 12 champions, boys.
The prediction looks better and better every week.
Every
man.
week,
Every
baby.
week.
I might get crushed. I'm gonna be so mad if they lose to freaking Colorado next week.
That line is plus 14 and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for Colorado right now.
Got 9 running backs in that room, boys. Watch out.
Yeah. I mean, it might get serious. We'll see.
It looks pretty good.
I would say if Colorado gets 2 out of 3, Malcolm Mickey Harris might not be on a bullet with Sea Cowgirl. I'll leave it at that. They get 2 out of 3 in the next 3 weeks.
There's a chance.
There is a chance, fellas.
Who? What was the bet? What was the
It was they got to win
8
8 games.
8 games?
Yeah,
Man,
we're a quarter of the way there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 8 games left. They've
Good.
won 3.
Arizona, Cincy, Tennessee Tech, Texas Tech,
Kansas,
and Kansas.
and I
You
think
just
they can
gotta
beat
win.
Oklahoma State now. I
think they-
really do.
I think they beat Kansas.
Yeah, they beat Kansas.
Dude, what happened to Jalen? Jalen Daniels looks lost.
Yeah, he's not the same guy.
He looks lost, dude.
His offense went to Penn State.
It did.
Yeah, he's not the same guy.
My soul for Kansas has just been crushed.
Yeah, that was tough one for.
Gee,
Those
are you
non-West Virginia.
checking this out right now?
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'll be honest.
Do you see them storming the field
Yeah, while the game is still
To
going
beat
on.
unranked Baylor.
while the game is
Dude.
going on?
Yeah, like they had to go officially review this touchdown. That was not a touchdown. Lost control of the football. Right? They called it not a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they came back, called a touchdown eventually. But yeah, that was weird because I did not stay all the way up for that one. But I was kind of watching that the next morning, all those highlights. Because I mean, let's be honest, that was one of those plays that, like, of course, Shador to Travis is the poetic moment of the night, and you're like, oh, okay, these guys are for real. And they are like, what? They have probably 4.
When did he hit Travis? You talking about the Hail Mary?
Yeah,
That was Webster.
Webster.
Yeah.
When he hit Travis.
I just
Yeah.
rewatched it. It was Webster who caught the Hail Mary.
Yeah, and then Travis forced the
Forced
forced
the
the
fumble.
Fumble.
Yes. And,
Yeah.
I mean, dude still had 7 catches for $130.
That's a
something. He was
that's a
pretty
bad
special.
Yeah.
man.
Pretty special.
Playing
Ends
almost
next
every
week.
other snap.
Ends next week. Sorry, buddy. 3-2 is gonna be a good record though. Going into
Man,
your 8 wins.
going to Kansas State. Not feeling good about that.
Oof.
Oh, dude, but
I don't know.
Kansas State. Did anybody watch Kansas State BYU? Did you guys happen to see that?
Nah.
You didn't watch that?
How was it?
You need to watch about 4 minutes of game time. See the whole game. Watch the way that Kansas State ends the second half or the first half. Dude, you can talk about they were up 6-0 and then a snowball of
38,
points
38-9.
happened for BYU.
game.
And they ended up losing 38-9.
Yep.
Sneaky
38
good team.
to 9, dude. Well, it's Provo. at
Dang
9,
Mormons.
man.
Yeah.
Like, nobody fights harder. A bunch of religious kids.
Bunch of Mormons out there. Those
They're all pent up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
I mean,
A lot of testosterone
they
flowing
gotta
through those
release
boys.
the stress there, dude.
Yeah.
But no, watching. So I stayed up to watch Kansas State because I had some rooting interest in Kansas State.
Well, yeah, rooting interest.
Rooting
of course.
interest in Kansas State.
Yep.
And man, I've never seen a game snowball out of control and points just stack on a team. Because I mean, it's like Avery Johnson come out, throws a pick, BYU plays one play, touchdown. Avery Johnson comes out, throws a pick, almost a pick six, BYU touchdown. Avery Johnson comes out, 3 and out, they punt it. He muffs the punt, goes back to like his 2-yard line, retreating, picks it up, runs around the entire team, runs the punt back.
Madden play.
Damn.
I mean, and people are like, yeah,
Atrocious.
ESPN, like NCAA 25 is not realistic. And then I just watched that.
Yeah.
I've never seen a team lose a game as fast as I watched Kansas State lose this game. Because once that punt guy ran back, it was over. And boys, there's a man on Twitter that owes the college football world something.
Oh, yes, he does.
That involves a beefy 5-layer burrito
Yeah.
and a certain
Oh,
extremity.
I remember I saw this tweet.
Oh, yeah.
He's holding up to it
Is he really?
next Saturday at like 9:30.
For those of us who are not
He is,
included in this, can you explain?
Oh yeah, so
I have no idea what
I'll
y'all are
try to
talking
I'll
about.
try to explain this as PG as possible. So it's been a running joke over the past couple of weeks. It started with the Florida State game. Florida State playing Boston College. A Florida State fan put out a tweet, and roughly quoting, "If Florida State loses to Boston College, I will put dog shit in a red Solo cup and eat it." So Florida State got blown out by Boston College. Okay, so this guy goes ghost, radio silence. 3-2-1 Noel. We know who you are, by the way. 3-2-1 Noel goes radio
He's not
silence.
going to eat dog crap.
Yeah, well, the entire internet wanted this to happen. So, anyways, guy goes radio silent. A couple weeks later, we've had some make fun tweets, some like people like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Some people are like, if so and so loses, I'm gonna go get gas in my car, or something stupid. One guy comes out and he goes, if Kansas State loses to BYU, I will shove a beefy 5-layer burrito in a very dark place. And boy, I tell you what.
Did he do it?
He is planning on doing it. He has
You
purchased
can do
the
that
burrito.
stuff on Twitter.
He has purchased the burrito, and he has set a date for September 28th at 9:30 p.m. Do we know if this is going to actually happen? We don't know. Sources close to this guy are monitoring. We will see. We will see. We don't know if he's actually
Stay
going to go through.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
But
Edge of my seat.
big shout out to BYU's social team. After they ran the punt back, you see the player standing in front of the student section. Caption: Liv Moss. I mean, just poetic, dude.
Genius.
Three
Just
claps one time
like-
for that social team.
just
Genius.
and I mean, it's the best sport in the world, man.
Best
Best
sport in the world. Not for Mississippi State or Florida. Florida won the Dog Crap Bowl.
Hey, I was going to say, come on, can we talk about my man Billy? He's safe and sound.
Billy's safe for 2 weeks, buddy.
Safe and sound. Put up 45.
here?
He's up there. I put
Oh,
him over
yeah,
in
there he
the
is.
shout out.
Partial
Shout out
baby.
to my boy Billy. Saving his job, one game at a time.
And I would like to
Had
formally,
to have it.
I'd like to formally apologize to Mississippi State and Florida because I thought y'all were going to be the dumpster fire game, and then Auburn and Arkansas took the field. So
Hold my beer.
that was my bad. Auburn and Arkansas was
Great second half.
somebody won,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great second
but nobody
half.
won.
Somebody won.
Like
A lot of points. in the
someone
second.
ended up with more points than the
That's-
other team.
That's
but
the truth.
Nobody won.
Graham Mertz actually looked decent in the first half.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
up a bunch of points there in the second quarter, and then
Yeah.
just sort of coasted.
They did the dual quarterback system as best you can,
Mm-hmm.
which still sucks. What is it? They did the third, sixth, and ninth
Something
for
like that.
DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
roughly.
some weird.
I
but
mean, you got to get like, I don't know.
Stop it.
what you
Sorry.
looking at?
There is this thing. It said Mertz on Napier. There's nobody as a player you'd want to play for
Exactly.
more than Billy Napier.
Oh.
That's right. Damn right.
besides like 45.
Like
other
there's like
coaches.
at least
No.
15 head
That's a
coaches.
great man.
It's a great guy.
Great man.
Yeah.
You want to play for him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Some of the team looks like they want to play.
sometimes.
Some of the team does.
Yeah.
Graham does because he keeps getting opportunities.
Yeah, he's like, I couldn't make it to Wisconsin, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't make it there, but hey, I'll get all the opportunities in Philly.
Hey, you're gonna start me? I like you guys.
Yeah.
I like you.
All right, let's talk about it. Wisconsin. Stupid state.
Mhm.
Stupid state with Malik Willis.
Oh, I wanted to quickly just talk a little bit before we get to the NFL and the Titans. I wanted to quickly just another kind of weird scare for Missouri and really showing us
Oh,
that,
man.
Oh,
that
man.
they're not a top 10 team.
Missouri's.
Yeah.
Missouri's
I thought that
rough,
was
dude.
I thought that was interesting. Again, it's like you have Luther Burton, right? Like you have Luther,
Luther
Burton.
Burton, yep.
and-
Luther Burden, Theo Weiss.
Yeah.
Other
than that, you're not a great football team.
Brady, their quarterback.
Brady Cook, yeah, Noel. I can't
24
remember the
years old.
Brady
running
was like a top 15 or top 10 Heisman guy, odds wise, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he
Maybe.
sucks, man.
back. Dude, something
He
just
was.
looks
He's
off.
It's just one of those SEC teams you're just gonna get put in there.
Yeah.
Based off where you're at,
mean, you've
what your
been
team
saying
could
it.
be.
You've been saying it about Missouri.
Missouri is
Don't
not what
believe it.
y'all think they are.
Didn't look like it.
Here's the thing, man. Watching them play Vandy, like, I'm trying to figure out what's happening because they outgained Vandy, like almost doubled up Vandy, and then it's like they just, I don't know, man. They couldn't score in the red zone. It just looks clunky.
Yeah,
They
Vandy
look
can make
clunky.
kicks.
And it's like, and I thought, maybe, big drop off from Cody Schrader at running back. I could see that being a reason, but, forgive me, his name has escaped me, but Noel, the running back they got, dude's got some burst.
Yeah.
He can move. So, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's
Where's
going
the
on.
big gap? Like, that's one thing, and we're gonna find out when they play Bama here in a couple weeks. But dang, dude, I mean, I know Missouri supposedly does play pretty well up against Missouri. It's kind of like the Kentucky Georgia thing.
Yeah.
When you go to Kentucky, it just seems to be scary.
Yeah.
You kind of come out with a dub, but you're like, hey, man, like we should have kind of strapped them up and taken them for a ride, but that didn't happen. So with Missouri, I think that's kind of the way Vandy is. But God, Vanderbilt can make kicks, dude. That's a different story for them right now.
Mhm.
Very different story. I don't know. They
And-
might not be terrible. They might not be bad. They're not Mississippi State. I'll tell
Oh,
you
no,
that.
no. Dude, this is what Vandy needs to do. You just need to, like, grab you a Diego Pavia and just run this weird offense and just make it a pain in the ass to prepare for.
Yeah.
And just because right now you're not competing in talent. Like, you're not going to acquire the same talent as these. Like, if you were in the ACC, maybe,
Yeah.
but you're playing
Big boy
top
football.
dogs, boy. Like,
Big boy football.
So, dude, make it a pain in the ass. Make it tough to prepare for. Make it weird. Like, drag these teams down and make them play a style of football that they really don't want to play, and give yourself a shot.
And having a few Vanderbilt fans in my life, they will tell you that Pavia is Johnny Football without the drinking. That's what my wonderful
Love
friend,
that.
Yeah, my wonderful friend Drew Rogers, shout out to my GA. He was like, that's kind of what you get out of Pavia. Like, that's what he is. He's very entertaining. He's a lot of fun, gamer type. Just runs around, just playmaker. Not the fastest guy in the world, but just watch the little quick feet run around. You're
Fun
like,
to
this is
watch.
fun.
Yeah.
This is fun to watch. And he's pretty good. Like, he's just a good ball player. So that was fun to watch for him. But, like, it's very frustrating because I have two of my family as well. And we were all hanging out on Saturday night. And they're just like, this is just the worst thing because we haven't beat a ranked team on the road in, like, since 2008, something like that.
I think roughly is what
Golly.
the stat they showed
Yeah.
on the game was 2008 was their last
Yeah, I did not know that.
road
that
ranked win.
hurts.
Just to give y'all another fact, Tennessee beat their first ranked top 15 opponent on the road for the first time since 2006. on
Oh,
Saturday.
Has it been that
Hell
long?
yeah.
They have been 0 and like 31. Yeah, Josh Heupel is breaking curses. So you said that. I wanted to mention it.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess we've not had.
Well, to be fair, your ranked road opponents
Top 15.
Yeah, they're
your
top
ranked road opponents
five.
are much harder than
Top 7.
most other programs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
like,
because we can't beat Florida in a year. feels
I
like.
mean,
And then you have Georgia. And Bama.
rotating Georgia and Bama, like,
All the time.
so.
Wow, that's kind of crazy to think about. It kind of got me a little flabbergasted.
But Vanderbilt, getting back to them before we move to the great state of Wisconsin. Dude, if they did have a kicker, they'd be 4-0. Easy. It would have beat Georgia State.
Yep.
Would have beat Mizzou. Now you have Alabama coming up in 2 weeks. They're on a bye. I don't know, man. I mean, I think they'll go to a bowl game.
Yeah.
I think they beat Auburn. I think they beat LSU.
They beat Auburn.
I think they beat South Carolina, Ball State, Kentucky. I mean,
You're going to get one of those. You're going to get
Yeah.
6 out of this.
Yeah, you'll get 6.
It may be an ugly 6. I don't think you're getting Texas. Don't think you're getting Texas.
Man.
Or Bama.
Probably not. Probably not.
Pour one out for a Mississippi State fan that you know this week, dude, because that is just going to be
What, Brian from
absolutely
Chattanooga Parks?
ugly.
Right?
Yeah, there's actually a weird Chattanooga Mississippi State club around here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't-
there's a lot more Mississippi State fans than I
They need to just, I don't know. This needs to be your chore Saturday. Don't watch them play Texas. That's
Yeah.
not going to be fun.
It's not going to be fun at all, buddy. I have chore Sundays now
Why do you have chore Sundays, Chase?
because I have Will Levis as my quarterback.
Mason Rudolph is going to take that job sooner or later. But I mean, Callahan is going to get so fed up with all of these turnovers and all of the play and all of the bad offensive line play, and he's going to say, "I don't need somebody to play hero ball back there. Our defense can be good enough. We just need not to turn the football over. Like, just don't throw it to the guys in the other, the other color uniforms, and hold on to the football." But
Yeah.
again, that's partly the offensive line's fault. There were some times where he just did not have much opportunity, much time.
We're turnstiles, brother. We're turnstiles. Let's do the Pate rule. I'll go ahead and talk about your winners for a minute, then I'll just.
Well, look, I didn't get a chance to. I was very disappointed. I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch this game because I had to coach the boys all day. That's why I didn't watch the Colorado game, because I literally had to get up at 6 in the morning to drive to Athens, Tennessee, to coach 13U
the great
baseball.
city.
Yeah, not much out there by Centennial Park. The surface was terrible, but the boys took home the hardware. We took home the ring, so
Atta
it was
baby.
well worth it. Well worth it to the Scenic City Rangers. But yeah, look, the defense with Jeff Hafley was vaunted. They were getting after Will Levis. You were kind of worried about the Packers' pass rush so far earlier this season, and you got right against that turnstile offensive line. You really did. Malik Willis, I know that had to hurt for all Tennessee Titans fans to see
We forgot he can run.
your former backup quarterback, a guy that they did not choose. It was like, the ex-girlfriend who didn't get chose is, hey, now I ended up with somebody better, and now I'm winning football games, and I'm actually playing with somebody who knows how to utilize my skill set a little bit better and devise a game plan around what I can do well. In Malik Willis, and he actually made some big throws in that game.
He did.
I was shocked. I was surprised when I went back and watched the highlights. He actually made some throws in that game. They're like, all right, we're not going to be able to do exactly what we did against the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to have to throw. He's in Nashville. He ran for the touchdown to kind of open the scoring there in that first drive, and they were kind of off and running. And again, it was more about Will Levis just throwing it to the other team. Yeah, that pick six on Ja was a terrible throw. Again, getting rushed consistently with that bad offensive line. This is a team where I stood 10 toes down and said, hey, they're going to win this division. But if Will Levis, it kind of feels, I was thinking about it, Mig. I was thinking, like, this kind of feels the way I felt about the Falcons last year. I was like, I am not worried about any other aspect on this team except for the quarterback. If the quarterback cannot turn the football over and make a couple plays, you're going to win a lot of football games with that defense and the playmakers that they have on the outside. And the Tennessee Titans are the Atlanta Falcons of 2023. They have really good everything else. And the offensive line, not great. But the quarterback continues to make bad plays. So I'm happy the Packers have been able to keep their head above water without Jordan Love. Hopefully he gets back for Minnesota this week. He was very close against the Tennessee Titans, allegedly. It'd be great to have him back against the Vikings, but very confident in Matt LaFleur's ability to devise a game plan, and Jeff Hafley. I got on you a little bit after week one, but after these last couple of weeks, the game plan has been much better. The takeaways, the Packers have already, I think, equaled or if not surpassed the amount of turnovers or interceptions that they had all of last year.
I think they passed it this week.
Incredible.
I think that was this. Watching the game, they were like, he wanted to make sure it was attitude and turn over people. That's what he wanted.
Packers need just 3 weeks to match interception total from 2023. So they
That's
matched
crazy.
the interception total in
That's
3
crazy.
weeks. Thank you, Xavier McKinney. 3 weeks, 3 picks.
Yeah, I think
That's
he's been the
wild.
best safety in the league
He's
This
been
year.
great.
Yeah.
He is
over my
great.
boy Jesse, and I love Jesse Bates.
You do love Jesse?
Jesse was the defensive player of the week last week.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was great. He's been awesome.
Xavier McKinney has been amazing though, man.
Dude, I just.
You didn't say anything to the John Money pick 6 that I sent you on Instagram.
Yeah. I guess.
One of the best cornerbacks in the league.
Back
It's Drake
to-
London's son, man.
Drake London, son. Hey, your boy Drake. We'll get there in a minute. Will Levis.
Yeah, talk about your Titans. I have
real
my say.
quick.
Give me
Yeah.
your
Just
thoughts on the
there's not a lot. I'm kind of done with Sundays. I guess we'll be at tailgate next Monday, but
we're not done with the Titans completely yet. Did we confirm that?
I'm gonna give him one more week. I'm gonna give him one.
Are we gonna confirm? Are we confirmed? Are we gonna be there on Monday?
We're gonna confirm it now. I'll just make sure it happens.
Okay. Well, we are gonna be at tailgate.
We're confirming without confirming it. We'll be at Tailgate Brewery next
Monday Night
Monday, and we're gonna watch the Titans.
Yes.
That sounds.
Who are they playing?
Who we have? I don't even know. It just makes me mad. just their pres. Oh, it's the Dolphins. God, it's gonna suck so bad.
Okay,
It's gonna be a terrible game.
Don't lose that game. You lose that game, it's gonna be a problem.
I will quit. I will quit being a Titans fan.
They can't move the football.
you
Miami
love
right
it.
now.
I'd love to have you over here on the cheesehead
I can't go
side.
north.
Come on.
I might hop on the Sam Darnold
You hate Minnesota. Come on.
train. That's true.
You hate Minnesota.
But I did tell you. We kind of was like, hey man, they could be second or first. in this
You did say
division.
that. You did say
I'm
that.
just saying. It was
Yeah.
1 week. I understand it was the Giants, but they're not
Mhm.
terrible.
Yeah. They kicked the ass of the Texans this past week.
That's another thing that makes me so frustrated is the AFC South's not very good.
No. I think the Texans will be fine.
They'll be fine, but I mean they're beatable. That's another thing is like you can go out there and split your games versus the Texans.
Yeah.
On a normal year.
Yep.
Man, Richardson's not great. But dadgum Will Levis is the worst quarterback. I don't care. I know the 2 picks. I know the stats are going to look a little bit better than what that game was, but as somebody that also has some moments in their life where you're like, meathead, dumb moment, I think he has a lot of meathead, dumb moments. I don't think he's a dumb guy.
Does that include doing broad jumps the length of a kitchen table at about 10 o'clock at night?
Because that's what we do, testosterone.
We did do that.
Yeah, we want to test our broad jumps. So G tried it out. And
Mama
Mama
Bear was like, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
not great. Not great. We don't do that anymore
No,
because we're
we
grown
learned our
adults.
lesson.
We're grown adults. We don't do that. But yeah, Levis is just bad decision making. We had 33 yards rushing
On the season? Or
Nope.
in the game? Okay.
in the game.
Okay.
And we have Levis had 12, Pollard had 14, and Tajay Spears had 7.
Derrick
Big
Henry
value.
had 150. and
a couple of
Shut
touchdowns.
up, Miggy. I saw him. I watched that whole game too, and I was like, "I miss you, man.
Gosh darn.
I miss you."
Yeah, legit.
Henry withdraws.
Yeah,
Legit.
I thought he'd regress. We would take off a little bit. We'd be different. We'd be fiery. We'd have
Nimble.
2 fast running backs. Yeah, we'll split them both out. We'll get crazy here. We're gonna have offense. We hadn't scored more than 17 points all year. How? We have Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins.
Didn't you have 24 points in? No, you didn't.
No, we
Nope,
lost
nope.
24-17,
24-17,
24-17, brother.
30-14.
Yeah, 30-14.
Okay. Yep.
I just don't understand how we get worse from this.
I mean, you're playing a great football team this past week, so
We sure made you guys look like one.
sure did.
I just don't understand how you had Malik Willis on your team. We watched the disaster that was Malik Willis as Titans fans, and yet he cooks you. And it was a very good game plan. I thought he made really good throws that I'm not used to watching him make, to be honest. I've seen him throw those throws. They've just gone 10 yards over the guy's head or into the hands of the other team. But I guess it's just a curse that is the Tennessee Titans that we love to throw to the other team in big spots. It is your moment on a Sunday against Malik Willis. You know he's going to try to run the ball on you. You know he's going to score a touchdown. Heaven forbid the old revenge season happens. You know it. He's going to try to do all he can. Make him do too much. Well, he did too much, and he beat the shit out of you.
I was
just
kinda thinking
Don't
Malik Willis
understand
anytime
how
touchdown.
we get worse, but we do. And I'm just tired of this. I'm ready for draft picks. Who's the number 1 draft pick? Pierce? You need to get better. I don't know. I'm done with the season almost.
Almost. Okay, let me ask you this question. What would it take for you to get back reinvested at this point? I know it's bleak.
Because it's got.
at
I can't
0-3.
do it. I can't do it next week. Next week's not gonna.
You're gonna get a win next week.
You should
You're gonna
Well.
get a win next week.
say that. We're gonna make.
Maybe.
I mean,
You're gonna get a win next week.
here's a good one. Moore was cheeks this week. You guys see the picture?
I did.
Who?
What was his name? Moore? Skylar Moore?
No, I think Skylar Moore was out at that
Skylar
point.
Moore got hurt.
Yeah.
He was out at that point.
Who was the guy that showed off the cheeks then this week?
Tim
Tim
Boyle.
Boyle.
Tim
My
Boyle.
boy, former
Yeah.
Packer backup.
Yeah, Tim
Yeah.
Boyle.
Aaron Rodgers. Boy.
Yeah, they were cheeks this week.
Double cheek down.
So
He
now
got
I
his
have.
pants pulled down.
Yeah,
Oh
it was
god.
yeah.
bad.
There's
It was the
pictures.
picture of the week probably.
Oh, I missed
Uh,
it. I gotta get.
Well,
There
the
is a
Levis
picture
one.
of Levis.
Yeah, actually,
He's on a generational run for,
He really
for
is,
photos, dude.
Like,
it is.
still shocked.
I actually have all three of those. Hold on, I'm actually gonna send those to you. We'll post that up. I'm sure we can upload that or something.
Yeah, I can add those
let me
photos.
send
like,
that
down
to
here
you.
somewhere.
My
Just a
yeah, I have
generational run of photos for Will Levis. This week.
the
I'm
last
excited.
15 minutes before lunch and before we leave. I make Drew do stuff like this for me and get these uploaded. Was your airdrop on? Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's coming to you. This is the Will Levis run of pictures. It's fantastic. Is it over to you?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
saving
yeah,
it
here we
now.
go.
Saving it now.
I'll show you boys while it's pulling up. This is this Will Levis run of pictures.
Oh wow. Oh,
Poor
wow.
guy just gets humiliated every week.
Getting nutted on that last picture.
Just a big man tackling him again. And I'll say this:
Golly.
he just has these things where it just adds more to the embarrassment. Like you make these throws. I guess the interception, the fumble, this awful interception on the little hitch route. Like it's just dumb play over and over. But to get back to your question, G, you're gonna have to go really dominate the Dolphins. Like I need you to beat the crap out of them.
Well, I remember when last season we had, what was it, double Monday Night Football or double Saturday Night Football, and it was Packers. I don't remember who they were. Packers Giants and Tommy DeVito came back and beat us, and then you guys were playing the Dolphins
Yeah.
that game,
Yeah.
and it was like the surprise of all surprises that y'all came back and won that game.
Yeah. And so we need to beat the Dolphins pretty bad, and I think we got to go handle the Colts. After that, man, it goes at Bills, at Lions.
Ooh.
And if you don't, you should. I'm pretty positive they'll go out and beat the Dolphins. But after that, man, you could be 1-6 very quickly. Very quickly. And that's not going to be good.
Well, you know what? You lose some games you shouldn't have lost. Maybe you win some. You need to win some games you shouldn't win.
We don't have Mike Vrabel on that sideline anymore. I think you won a lot of games you shouldn't have because of his scheme. And you won ugly. I don't think we can win ugly with Callahan right now.
No.
You don't think Brian Callahan's capable of doing that?
I think he's
I don't know, man.
the NFL is a copycat league, and I think he's a hot, flashy offensive coordinator. Right? There's always one per coaching cycle, but it gets old after a while.
Yeah,
we're
because
3 games in,
we are 3 games
Yeah.
in, but this is
and the
we've
defense
looked.
has been fine. It's
They
just
look
that
good.
Will Levis can't stop turning the football over, and he can't stop. The offensive line couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to put this on Brian Callahan.
No.
It's
not
Will
by any
Levis in the
means.
offensive line.
But then
I
what-
just I don't think we have. I don't know if Mason Rudolph's going to come in and give you the Panthers effect this week. You know,
nobody was checking for Andy Dalton, though.
No,
That was
nobody.
insane.
Nobody.
That was insane.
He is the only quarterback this year to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And he's done it like 4 times, 5 times now since like 2022 or something. I saw a stat, and like Aaron Rodgers hasn't done it in that span.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Andy Dalton might be like that.
Yeah, I don't think Mason's going to come in and do that.
I think he tried.
Can't get any worse.
True.
Because if you do this, it's over, right? Like if
No,
you,
it's not over.
no, I'm saying if you
For
move,
Will
make that
Levis?
move, yeah, it's like
It's
we're
not
probably
over for Will Levis.
it's going to be mentally. I think he'll check out.
It's over in Tennessee for Will.
Yeah, it's over in Tennessee.
Not
Do-
maybe over in the
Is
league.
it over in Bryce Young in Carolina?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
wrap.
they're done. And that's a dumpster fire organization. So I think that's a weird spot for them, is barring injury, especially after last week, because it's too early to tank. But Titans might just suck enough where they have to. But
I would be shocked if Bryce Young is not on a different team within the next 3 weeks. There's going to be major trades happening. There's 2 guys. Devontae Adams is one. Bryce Young is a second. They're going to be on different teams.
Will Levis for Bryce Young, straight up. Who says no?
Nobody.
I'd make that trade.
Nobody.
I would make that trade too.
Why not?
Why not?
It just sucks for the Panthers. I mean, you look back and how much they gave up to go draft Bryce Young. Ugh. If I was a Panthers fan, I'd be physically sick, physically ill.
Not even just that, but
Ugh.
to do all that, look at Bryce, and then CJ, who went right behind him. doing what he was doing.
CJ looked horrible against that Flores scheme on Sunday, though.
He did not look great.
That he did.
Brian Flores put them paws on him.
Dog, Vikings might be pretty dang good.
That's, again, another victim of Panthers purgatory, Sam Darnold.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Come on,
Good
guys.
gosh. They didn't look great, though, this
They
week.
looked
That offensive
good.
line's pretty rough for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Mike Evans couldn't do nothing.
You just got Bo Nix.
Crazy, right?
got
You don't know
Nix,
Bo.
dog. Like,
You don't know Bo?
I mean,
Speaking of, did y'all see the Bo Nix, Malik Willis first touchdown parlay thing that somebody hit this week?
No.
I
I saw
Yeah.
the anytime. I didn't see the first.
Yeah, somebody accidentally did it. It was funny. I love watching those guys. Like, I didn't mean to do this, but this happened. It was like $2 to win 750 or something
That's
crazy.
beautiful.
I love seeing those. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the Titans go from here because you almost have to make a change. It's getting really bad. Our fan base is weird. It's small,
Yeah.
but they love their Titans and they love talk that talk. And so it's got to be a very, very tough time for old Willie Levis. I don't know if he is the type that's going to be too stoic about this. I don't know if he's like the hardened guy that's going to just deflect all this stuff off. He's going to take this pretty hard. I think he's going to take these times and it's going to sink in a little too much. And I think he's going to listen to a lot of people on the interwebs. He's going to watch a lot of TV shows. And I think he is going to sink mentally quickly if it doesn't get better for him.
I mean, you got to be pretty stoic if you're the guy that's putting mayonnaise in coffee.
I was just gonna say you got to drown
You got
yourself
to be
in some
pretty
mayo.
like you. I mean, you got to be pretty stoic if you're willing to do that. Put it on the internet and just let it ride.
Or not competent.
I think that's more of it.
I mean, his play would suggest that. Yes.
Yeah. It's just amazing. Like,
Very incompetent.
I don't think he's an idiot as a general person, but sometimes as a football player, I really think there's just not a lot of thought process that goes through there. It's like, this is a bad decision.
Well, the one he flipped backwards was.
What-
That one was the most boneheaded play I've ever.
Yeah.
Was that the one where there's a video of Callahan coming out going, "What the?"
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Because
was
the
the
week
one.
before, you had the worst
Yeah.
play. You were ridiculed.
It was the flip. It was like the Brett Favre flip, and then this one was like I'm literally falling down, sprawling out, and instead of just going down with the football and securing a field goal,
Mm-hmm.
you try to flip it backwards to I don't know which running back or whatever it was, but yeah, that to me that was the worst one.
It's heartbreaking, boys. All right, I'm done talking about this. Miggy, let's talk about your Falcons. Get the
Yeah.
heartbreak off me, brother.
Yeah, I'll assume this heartbreak
Shift,
for you.
shift the pain.
I want to talk about officiating.
Oh, you sound like a Saints fan. Speaking of that, you got the Saints coming up this week.
Yeah, we
Saints
do.
hate week.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, big week for you.
can't wait.
We'll
Gotta
talk about
have it.
that more on Thursday.
When are we gonna have a conversation about Pat Mahomes being bailed out? It happens a lot, guys. Like a little bit too much. Did y'all see Kyle Pitts get tackled in the back of the end zone?
Oh, it was
I did.
bad.
I did.
It was bad.
Like, am I being a weird fan or? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I love what I saw. I will say I did some research. The last play call was actually a check from Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
The design call was a halfback dive from Bijan, but he checked out of it. So now I'm mad at Kirk because I was pissed. But, I told y'all we're supposed to lose these games. I thought we were going to go 0-3. We very well could have gone 3-0. Balls just didn't bounce our way. That's fine. But officiating has been awful this year across the board. It's been bad. But Pat Mahomes, enough. Enough is enough. Like, he gets a lot of help. A lot. Thoughts, comments.
I mean, we've known this for a very long time. I mean, since he's sort of been in the league, he has seemed to get a lot of help.
Yeah.
It's not to me. It's nothing new. It's just like it kind of is what it is.
Chiefs gonna chief.
Yeah.
Chiefs gonna chief. I will say, I am worried about my GOAT, Travis Kelce. I'm just coming out and say it. Travis Kelce looks old, bro. Travis
He is
Kelce looks
35.
slow. I know, and it's just like, wow, like it's like your favorite toy is starting to wear down a little bit. You know, it's about time to put your toys up, start playing video games like a real man. You know,
It's hard when you got $100 million in the bank, bro.
Yeah.
bro, he's just not.
An incredible podcast.
Yeah, I can tell he just doesn't like. This is it for Travis to me.
Yeah, I guess he'll just finish out his contract,
And
ride
be
this
done.
wave. Rasheed Rice is just
Well,
balling out of his mind right now.
You just talked about Mickey earlier on the show of how James Pierce was getting doubled all the time, so that was your excuse for him not doing well. But you said something about Travis getting the same treatment.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he gets so much attention, but Travis used to beat those double teams. You know, like Travis used to just be different. And I saw that guy, that absolutely little boy, Kyle Hamilton, in the AFC Championship. Kyle Hamilton was the best safety in football last year. It made him look stupid.
Is he sort of on the Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor tour, and type of stuff now?
In terms of just like being a figurehead in sports, but really like
That's what I'm saying. Like they were once the top of the pop.
Yeah.
And then they started getting really popular. They started doing movies. They started doing commercials. They started putting their face on all different products. And now you see Trav with the podcast, Trav on all these different commercials. He's with Taylor Swift. Like, is he just sort of this figurehead now that's just like a name and not actually great at football anymore?
I think so. It would piss me off if I'm a member of that team and I see Travis on a podcast and you have 27 yards. It would piss me off. It would.
I don't know if they're gonna do that now. If they were like 1-2,
Yeah.
there'd be some
If
talking.
they were
twos.
losing, I could see that.
But Rasheed Rice is like, keep doing it, baby. Get all that attention. Don't be good. Let me have 10 for 110 or 12 for 110.
And a tutty.
And
Carson
it's still-
Steele. Like they just have guys, man. They have guys turning around, and it is frustrating. I like I said, I did not watch the second half last night. Your boy just couldn't make it. I tried. We were watching the Mendez docuseries. Fantastic. If you love a good murder show, if you and your wife need something to watch, Monsters, great flick. Weird, but good flick. I just watched that first drive with Kirk Cousins, and I was like, oh, this is y'all's night. This was y'all's night.
Yep.
14-7, looking good. Woke up, 22-17.
I mean, that drive was amazing, too. Busted coverage, schematically, it looked good. I don't know. I'm looking at Kansas City right now. Y'all, they're going to win 14 games. Easy. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see their first loss coming until, November. Josh Allen, that's a stretch.
At 49ers, be tough.
When
If
is
they're
that game?
healthy.
Yeah, I was about to say it
That's
depends on
pending.
how many
October
people
20th.
Yeah,
October
pending.
20th.
Because the 49ers are rough right now, dude.
Yeah,
have
they
people
did not
dropping
look
off,
great.
Just rough.
Can we talk about Jawan Moss?
Dog.
VFLs for life.
When I tell y'all, that boy easily could have had about 250.
Pick that boy up on my fantasy team Sunday morning.
Oh, what a call.
You started him?
Yes, sure did,
Okay,
baby.
good.
What a call. Yeah, I played against him, man. Yeah,
That's tough.
it got dirty fast.
You feel
wicked.
good for him, but you're like, ah, shit.
No, I was to the point. It was fine. So,
It was
Fine.
yeah,
It's fine. all
um,
fine. Everything's
Yeah.
fine.
but no, I
It's
can't wait to
okay.
preview the Falcons Aints week. Game on Sunday. Well, Thursday somewhere, but for Sunday, I'm excited. So,
God, I love that State 15 game too.
is it really?
Yeah, dog.
Are we on Sunday Night Football again?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Atlanta.
Getting some primetime games.
That.
Oh,
has-
I'm sorry. I was looking at that. I had
Oh,
this-
the next. Yeah,
yeah. Sorry,
Yep.
Chiefs game.
it's okay.
My
we got,
bad, dog.
We got Cowboys Giants Thursday Night Football this week.
Gross.
CeeDee Lamb, if you don't get in that end zone,
CD looked visibly frustrated, dude.
bruh, he said, "Throw me the bleeping ball."
Like, he also looked kind of off.
Yeah, it's
Just a
funny
little
when
bit,
that
which it
direct
happens. You have
deposit
off
hits.
games, but do what?
It's funny when that direct deposit hits.
Sure is.
Them
Hey.
routes ain't as crisp, Mr. Brandon Ayuk.
Oh,
We see you, by the way.
He's still a little rusty. He's getting his football.
That's
legs
what training
back.
camp's for.
Exactly. He didn't
Ugh.
go, so he's got to get back in shape now during the season.
Yeah, you're starting to see it with Trent and him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We are we're on a downhill slide here, Mickey. This the South, the AFC and the NFC South right now. It's not our spots. That's okay.
No.
You have a good trajectory. I think you've got Kirk Cousins, who can be pretty good at times. You've got a true number one wide receiver that's playing better.
Drake looks good. Darnell Mooney is.
He's been crispy too.
Woo.
I need Kyle Pitts more. I need more Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts is fine. They just.
That's all he is fine.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yo,
He's
he
fine.
had a 55-yard reception
Can we-
yesterday.
can
Was
we
that the
get
only one
more
he
of
had?
that?
Yeah.
He had 2 catches for
Yeah.
59 yards.
Oh, so he had a 50-yard catch and a 9
And a
Okay,
4-yard
yes.
catch.
Yeah.
Sick.
No, he's fine. Like I don't know. I don't know why they
appreciate you
use him that way.
convincing yourself that he's fine. He's might be one of the most overrated players in the league.
Bro, you're not taking 5 tight ends over Kyle Pitts.
Easily, I would.
Who?
I think so.
Okay, so you want to go through? You want to play this game?
Yeah,
Would you not take Trav?
I would take
I would today. Yeah.
I would take Trav. I would take Sam Laporta.
No, I'm
Yep,
not.
I would. I would take Sam Laporta.
Okay.
Isaiah Likely.
They're the
And
s-
Mark Andrews.
They're the same guy. No, Mark Andrews is in the retirement home.
George Kittle.
Dude,
Kittle.
Kittle.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Georgie.
4. Yep. Evan Ingram.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
They're the same guy.
No. Evan Ingram's had a much better career so far than Kyle Pitts.
Because I was throwing to him.
I don't care.
It's not his fault.
I'm gonna say it.
I mean, who was Evan Ingram had?
Trevor Lawrence.
He's not even that good.
$250 million say otherwise.
Don't matter. If you're not playing well,
$250 million say otherwise,
don't
brother.
matter.
You're forgetting one. that
Dallas
I really
Goddard.
love.
I would take Dallas Goddard over him.
Absolutely not.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
I'll take him over him.
I'll take
Yes.
Brock, and I take Jake Ferguson over Kyle Pitts
Ooh,
right
no
now.
way.
Why do y'all not
I'd take
understand
Jake.
how
I'd
good
take-
Jake Ferguson is?
I would
No,
take
I'd
Jake
take
over
Kyle.
Kyle.
Bruh.
I'll take Kyle Pitts.
Jake Ferguson is raw.
Would you take Cole Komet?
Hell no.
No, absolutely not. I would take Drew Sample though.
You're just talking.
Oh,
bro.
you know what?
You're just talking, bro.
I'd take Trey McBride over him.
Oh yes, I would take Trey McBride too.
That's a coin flip for me. If it lands on tails, cool. But y'all not gonna play pity like this,
Yes,
man.
So it's just, I mean, the Falcons have just botched him.
They have.
I just don't. I can't live my life.
What
You
about
can't,
the?
you can't do it. Can't do
What
it.
about T.J. Hawkinson?
Oh, I'd take TJ.
Right now?
Well, I mean, he's hurt now, but
He's hurt now, so I don't really know the
Yeah.
true T.J. Hawkinson.
well, if you're gonna take Trav, you probably take T.J. too because he's had a better career.
I like T.J. No disrespect. I
Yeah.
just
2 years ago, TJ. Heck
yeah.
Yeah.
If you ask Travis Kelce, who one of the best tight ends, I mean, he's gonna say Kyle Pitts.
He should be, but he doesn't play up to that potential. And I don't know how much we have to continue to give him a pass. Oh, he doesn't have anybody to throw to him. Oh, it's the offense. It's Arthur Smith. It's everybody else's fault except for Kyle Pitts.
All right, here's a list of the tight ends that are above him in the receiving rankings right now.
This
Tyler
is gonna be
Conklin,
fun. And Tyler-
Mike Gesicki,
You could stop.
George Kittle,
Yeah. But
Trey McBride, Cole Kmet, Hunter Henry,
Hunter Henry is straight.
He
he's straight.
was.
Isaiah Likely,
Man, hell.
yeah, he.
Brock Bowers,
Oh,
Yeah.
generational
and you're
guy.
right, the number one tight end, yardage-wise, Dallas Goddard.
And Dalton Kincaid. I would take him over Kyle Pitts. right now.
Kincaid is. I love me some Dalton Kincaid.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
He
he,
had-
just,
he had a
he
touchdown
literally
tonight.
just caught a touchdown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out Kincaid, man.
No, I want Kyle Pitts to be so good. Like he
Yeah, me
is so
too.
super talented, but I just don't know what the deal is.
Kyle Pitts is the tight end version of Anthony Richardson. He can do things that is just like, wow, nobody else can do that. But then he can also do things that everybody else can do that he just can't do.
He can sail at a 15-yard pass 15 yards over your head, too.
Yeah. But then he can just hit you with a dime 70 yards off his back foot because he fell down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No in between.
What a life we live. All right, boys.
Y'all want a
Leave it
birthday?
right.
Do we have time?
We're at hour 20.
No, we don't have time.
I ain't got time. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Okay. We're
Yeah.
out.
Sorry, boys.
It's okay.
You guys can do a birthday.
No, it's
Wrap
cool.
it up.
They're really not that good, honestly.
I was trying not to.
Yeah,
look,
don't
just
look.
in case we were gonna do
Don't
it.
look over here. All right, we just talked about Atlanta. This guy is one of the most popular music producers and songwriters. His initials are JD, and he helped Mariah Carey's multi-platinum album, The Emancipation.
Jermaine Dupri.
Wow, yeah.
Nice.
I swear to God, I did not
It's
look
okay.
at that.
It's okay. All right, and last one, and
Hope
then we
Garrett
can be
would
out
be
of
proud
time.
of me.
All right, so this is an actor who became famous for his Academy Award-winning roles, The Hurt Locker and $1 Million Baby. He was also in one of Greg's favorite movies. He graduated from Juilliard in 2001.
I can see a face.
He was known as MLK in the HBO film All the Way, and Tupac in the 2009.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, man, you took it today.
Yes.
You're good.
Good job. Hey, boys, one more time for the newest Tolly in our family. 3 claps one time.
Yes.
All right. Like and
Philomena.
subscribe. Late to the
Got it.
game on that part. Follow us over social media. If you do want to join the funnest weekend, I guess more of a weekend in the corporate challenge, reach out to us. chatitupsports@gmail.com. Love yins, boys. Appreciate you again. All right.
Peace.